Hello and welcome back to War the Human Tanks ALTeR. Only have time for probably one episode today, regardless of how long it takes. Just because I really need to stop slacking on some video editing. But God, video editing is boring. It really is. Like it's a long process. It's boring, not fun to do. Not so much for War the Human Tanks ALTeR. I like editing these videos, even unless they take like an hour and a half or something super ridiculous. But usually I like editing these videos because they're fun to watch. But things like Payday, it's like whenever I'm sitting there trying to edit that, can be quite the ordeal to work with, depending on how the heist went. So yeah, and I recorded some Guild Wars thing from like 3 months ago now. I still haven't done much with it. I've done 40 minutes out of like 4 hours. I don't want to edit that. That's gonna take so long. It make me sad. But regardless, let's continue on our path through the cavern. Let's look at some developments. Yeah, we might be able to get some things. Now, I don't really like the artillery tanks on the Kingdom line because they don't come with Chioko's overhaul, which kind of makes me sad. And they don't really seem to have like ALTeR's overhaul or anything, because as we saw, the Pegasus was inferior to the Hiensu, which just makes me sad. But I'm wondering if I would come up with this. Since it says right here, a destroyer tank designed by ALTeR took inspiration from the Empire's Hiensu. She overdid it. This sounds like it'd be worth the development. I just need 3 Pegasus, which, again, that's not a big deal. They only cost 100,000 each, right? Like, oh boy. So why don't we do that? Why don't we upgrade and get that? So let me see something. The Hiensu motto with Chioko's overhaul. I lost my last Hiensu by stupidity. Costs the same amount as the Pegasus. Okay. Could have kept that. $100,000 down the drain, yo. But let's do that. Probably won't really be able to deploy it in the next battle. But hey, we'll have it kind of available to us. I can't develop these two. I don't have enough money, really, to develop them. I mean, I kind of feel like I can win the next battle with the tanks that I have, but I just don't think it's prudent to... Oh, let me think about it. 100,000, yeah. As long as, you know, well... we're gonna sit on this cash because, you know, I might need to make some alterations to my battle strategy. So we'll sit on this cash. This is a good amount of cash for developing tanks. I do think that I could probably beat this floor with the tanks that I have, but it doesn't hurt to have a couple monies, you know, lying around and ready to go. So here we are, the 27th floor of the Great Cavern of Fuji. And our new artillery tank is known as the artillery tank ELX-Ray. It has ALTeR's overhaul. We don't know much about it. We can't design it yet. So, boo. The Great Cavern 27th floor. The enemy is utilizing Royal Army tanks as their main force. Destroy them all head on. So this sounds like a very simple battle. It sounds as if it's just going to be a fight, you know, a straight up fight. How many tanks do I get? That's my question. Because if I'm limited, I get 16 units. Okay, I'm not being limited. So what we do first is the cheese out. Of course, the cheese out plan, which is to just if you wanted to be really cheesy about it, you'd get Ruru killed instantly, and then you'd still get like a little bit more money. But that's a little bit too much. Okay. Alright, so they'll be destroying my modules for this round. Alright, I don't got a module up. That makes me happy. because moduling up would take quite a bit of time. The air cleaner, everyone! The air cleaner, the air conditioner, everyone! It's summer. Air conditioner! You can hear it, very slightly, but you can hear it. Yeah, so I think that we should develop some things, or assemble, develop. It's like they're such weird. I understand the, like the terminology. It's just like it's hard for me to be like to force myself to say assemble instead of develop. That's all. That's what I'm complaining about here. Okay, so I have absolutely no chappies, and again, $100,000. Oh no, what a big waste of my money. I'm scared. Oh, mommy, please. Like, that's not a big deal to me. Why don't we put out a Beethoven? Yeah, I do like the Beethoven. I think it's a pretty cost-effective tank, but that's just my feel on it. I'm sure somebody else would say like, nah, you're making a huge mistake doing that. But I don't know. I feel like it's a pretty cost-effective tank model. But again, that's just me. All right, Ruru. Do we have a leggings? We do not. Let's assemble a leggings. Because I am going to have Ruru actually take part in this battle and fight, I think, because it seems like it'd be fun. Sometimes, Ruru has decent speed, so sometimes it's like, why not have Ruru on the field fighting for us, yeah? Alright, let's throw a Sunder there, and let's throw the other Sunder. Ooh, we should actually put the Sunders kind of like right there-ish, I'm feeling like that's good. The middle can be scouted out by a Rara, so let's put a Rara like right in the middle, because that is where she'll probably be the most useful. And that did leave some room for the Hyensu models to be placed, so obviously we're going to put a Hyensu over here, we'll put a Hyensu over here. Canaria is going to be right over here too. We'll put down a, where are my interceptors at? Here we go, interceptor. Just in the case that we need it. Now the more dangerous side, I think, is actually over here. So we're gonna have the slightly bigger interceptor be over there, because that's where I'm feeling like we're gonna have a little bit more of a dangerous time. So chappies. Obviously, we need to put chappies near the scouts, because the chappies need to push up and quickly determine where the enemy actually is. Now, what I'm noticing, we have a little bit of a problem here. I can't quite put on a Beethoven. I'll put one Beethoven down, I suppose. I was planning on more than one, but one will do. And then the other Rara can actually be on this side. I mean, that's a little bit of a waste, because she does provide that, the sight. She is a scout tank in herself, if you really consider it, because that's what I consider the Raras as. I consider them as scout tanks for the most part, just fast-moving scout tanks. And I forgot one thing that's kind of important, so let's move the Sunders actually. Because again, we have a lot of tanks that we're allowed to use. We're at 14 right now, right? So why don't we bring along Ellie? Very rare that we actually can bring along Ellie without much consequence, so let's do that. Francois time. I'm gonna put a Francois in the slightly dangerous position here, only because that chappie I'm planning on moving first, and we have too many units. Let me look at my formation here, because I do want to bring at least 2 more snipers. So who can we get rid of realistically? I would like to bring 2 more snipers. Okay. We're just going to take the risk. So the Nagisa models, you're being brought upon the field. One Nagisa will be backing up this side. The other Nagisa will be backing up the center, but not standing behind Ellie, who will murder them completely. Okay. The Francois is in a slightly weird position. I am actually going to move the Francois. I wanted her to be there because, like, again, the Chappie was going to move up and kind of, like, take care of things, but I feel like being back here is just better. Yeah, and the Chappie is going to be the first thing that I move, so that should make sure that the leggings is safe on that side. It just really depends on what they're running, because we don't know. Maybe they are running a bunch of intercept tanks and we're gonna get screwed. Not intercept tanks, but I mean long range fire. Nobody gets modules though. Chappie will be the first one to maneuver. We'll move straight up to make sure that this is safe. Okay, not really what I was hoping to find. But we did eliminate a sniper. Alright, that's a big boon right there. This Chappie will move a little bit differently then. Alright, found an enemy scout tank. But what is that? Oh, I wish you were able to tell without, I think that scout's not going to really matter, because all it can see is, ooh, it was an enemy Chappie. I wonder why they didn't move theirs. The only thing that scout's really going to see is that I have, ow. That was an enemy Chappie, of course. The only thing that scout really is seeing is that I have a Hiensu. Oh, God. Hello, Chappies. Luckily, you're blind and stupid. There's two Chappies, like, right in front of us. Oh, my God. They have Chappies everywhere. It's Chappageddon. It's Chappageddon here. Alright, Ellie. Do I want to move to here so I can wipe out the Chappie, or do I want to move up further? I want to move up alright, well. This... Is it worth it? I mean, I really would barely be hurting... If you really think about it, I'd barely be hurting any of my tanks, and I've already taken the move anyway. So, let's wipe some stuff out. I'm only injuring my units. I'm not destroying any of my units. And I did just destroy two Chappies, so I kind of feel like that's a pretty big friggin' deal. Alright. Next up is this. We know there's a Chappie somewhere else, but we also know now that the center is pretty well cleaned apart. So let's deal with this side. There's something back there in the far end. Two things, possibly. You don't have the sight range. You're worthless. There has to be a Chappie. Yeah. Okay. Again, normally I use these as scouts, but there's a Sunder standing here being an annoying little moron, and it needs to be destroyed. I need to move left one, and I need to eliminate this, this tank. Alright, let's move up with the Sunder as far as we can. Let's recon... Oh, my goodness. I guess I should have known from the music. The musical overtone, what I'd be discovering on this map, but I ignored it. Okay, how does that affect the playing field? Well, in this variation, it doesn't. It can't attack left or right. Let's ignore it. Let's move forward. Okay. It's good to know this is here, it's just I wish it wasn't the Chappie that discovered that. My poor little Chappie. God damn, do I miss you. I'm sorry for whatever will happen in the future to you. Nonetheless, let's destroy this. I don't believe that the Falses have a evasion on them, so let's destroy that now. Before it gets a chance to move. And we also destroyed, what was that? A mirror? Is that what that just said? Ah, Alright, inadvisable, but we're going to take this shot completely blind. I guess we fire like this, just straight. It's not advised. I should have moved the Sunder up and had her scout out. Well, we got a control tank, and we got a interceptor tank there. We've also damaged a few tank models that were on the field. Let's move up. Sunder's dead. I need you to move far right now. Ah, still can't reach. That's no good. Alright, that's not going to hit anything at all, so I really could care less. We need to eliminate. Alright, not a big deal. Alright, so now that that's taken its move, I am now free to maneuver upwards. And I need it revealed so that we can snipe it when the time comes. Let's get the out of here! We really did not get far. Oh, I tried to run from that Sapphire. It did not get far. Ah, damn. If I wouldn't have killed that unit, the Sapphire very well may have not have attacked, but the enemy has shown that they really only value their control, like their command tanks. They usually tend to seem more inclined to sacrifice any tank that isn't a command tank. So, alright, let's get rid of this. Out of the way. It wouldn't matter to move up. In fact, it wouldn't even be smart to move up. There's no point to it. The only tank that should move up is Ellie. Even this, I think I'm one off from hitting their command tank with this. Maybe two off. But Ellie's the only one who should really be moving because A, of that kill that I just made, and I was aiming for their command tank, but I guess I was way off. Should pay some more attention. But it doesn't make much sense for us to be moving many tanks at this point. The sniper, I lost my scout. The snipers need to begin their march up. You're right there, so get out. The snipers need to march up because the snipers are going to need to be providing, well, assistance. That's all you can say. I guess I'll just move up and I can take a shot in the dark, but you're the other Rara, right? Move to here. Throw a recon out. Alright, we know where the Sapphire is at least. Some time has passed, you say. Why don't I move up? See if we can grab their other command tank, because they are running one more chateau. At the very, very least. We're playing around the we're playing around their Sapphire and their chateau at this point, because those are able to take out my snipers. So we are playing around them. Just ineffectually, I suppose. Apparently. Let's learn where that was fired from. Never mind, it's dead. Alright. If this kills the Sapphire, then the fight's over. How much more do you have? 10%? I think there's one more enemy somewhere. There has to be. Was it... It was, oh. It's apparently you. Well, hello there, friend. I want the wipeout bonus, so... my other sniper isn't up. Now she's ready. Can she hit it from here? No, and I really don't think moving up is... Like, I don't think she's gonna... Yeah. Saphir's a very strange tank to try to play around, but... Alright. That's perfectly okay with me. 3 up. Okay. It's 3 up. Next shot kills it. We win. Just another damaged tank. Should be you who gets your turn next soon, right? Yeah. Or I'm just really stupid. Can you move up and just discover... I am so stupid. I don't deserve to play games. Alright. It's fucked up. At least this time, I didn't lose a tank for fucking up, right? Yeah, good one! At least that. Alright, so that's a very easy battle. How long has it been? 21 minutes? I feel like that's almost perfect for a video. We'll actually end this video with some developments, since we can. We'll develop both of these. Might be stupid, but I want them, and that's really what it comes down to, is that I want them in my life. I wouldn't mind getting these, but I think that they're running at the same speed as the Chappie anyway, and it's a little bit expensive to get. I'll prep work for them, I'll assemble the tanks for it, but I'm not really seeing where that will come too much into play. But the Sekigahara's are so cheap, it doesn't even matter. I'm ready to develop it now, essentially. Let's read the next mission dialogue before we make any other purchases, because I was just about to buy the Lux Ray. But I don't think that's a very good decision if the next round says, don't deploy artillery. But yeah, I think this is good for an episode at the least. Sweet! 20 minutes, this is where I'd like episodes to be. The 20 through 40 minute range. This is the very good. Good job, guys. We did it. Managed to win in an awesome time frame for a YouTube video, if I do say so myself.